on in. Man, some nice rains. I'll say that. Areas that have not had rain. What were we saying, Lacey, up here earlier?
Yep, Medford, Enid have not had rain, more than a quarter of an inch of rain on an event since before Thanksgiving. So it was like 130 days.
It's like
November 19th.
Yeah.
Yep. Is that the date we've been going by?
Yes.
So think about that. Before Thanksgiving was the last time they had rain like this in northern Oklahoma. So this will save the wheat crop. This will keep it going, right? And this is exactly what the wheat needs right now. It's still very short. The wheat can handle some of this hail that's kind of in these pockets up here, but man, it'll soak up every bit of this rain and that red wheat that we have planted up here right now all across northern and northwestern Oklahoma. This is so good for the farmers and ranchers up there. Okay, so let's talk about Blackwell. Thunderstorms coming in on you, not severe. You're still going to have some hail, though. Pretty good hail core now. Southwest of Blackwell, going to have at least nickels and dimes, maybe some quarters in that. Yeah, southwest of Blackwell, northwest of Tonkawa. And then it's just general rain, a little bit of lightning, some thunder, small hail east of Garber, near Fairmont. Now, bigger hail southwest of Douglas, and that's going to go into Douglas and Covington. How big's the hail on that? What's radar showing? I'm going to say at least quarters.
Yeah, I quartered a golf ball.
Yeah, I buy that too. Yeah, again, not a tornado threat. It's behind the cold front, or it's north of the cold front. It's in the cooler air, more stable air.
It's interesting how they have rotation with them. They're still spinning. It's just that low level isn't going to make it, which is great.
Yeah, spin all day, won't produce a tornado. Spin all night, won't produce a tornado. Not here, behind the cold front, right? That's going to Douglas, going to Covington, right? Big rains back to Ames, severe storm south of Ames now, back to west of O'Keene. That's lifting off to the northeast at a pretty good clip. Man, look at all the rain up there. It's been so long since we've had our live radar turned on looking at rain up here. Man, I'm telling you, it's been, well, November 19th. It's out of control. It's ridiculous. Watonga, great rains going through Blaine County right now. And then let's jump south down the line. And Watonga, a little bit of hail for you. Bigger hail, at Hitchcock. Got to have at least, it's got to be bigger than that. Okay. Radar showing nickels and dimes. There's going to be some quarters in there. Going to be some quarters now on and south of Hitchcock, and that's going to head over towards Dover and Hennessy. And then the line goes to Greenfield, back down to west of Hinton to Lakiba. And then the tail end of this is all the way down to Fort Cobb Lake. And Labsat, for me, let me make sure what's that going to do? It's moving almost due east, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this will come back in here. I'll put a storm track on this.
Yeah, let's go ahead and, okay,
this is the next round.
No tornado warnings, which is good. And the severe storm we had in the metro earlier is now dead over Edmond. Okay, but now our next line of severe storms is going to be coming into the metro. Well, here's your timeline, so let's just break it down for you here.
Here, I'll take these cities just for 1 second. I'll change them.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
And again, the cold front wraps in right here. See that green line? So the question is, does the cold front do this? You know, it looks like it almost does.
Yeah, and Brandon's right on the edge.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it. So once again, anything behind the cold front, unless the updraft leaks out ahead of the cold front, sticks its head out ahead of the cold front, the updraft, the area of spin, you're not going to get a tornado. You're going to get wind and hail all day, all night, right? So running from Watonga to Greenfield, down to Fort Cobb Lake, down to almost nowhere, Oklahoma. I know. Moving east at a pretty good clip. Let's go to Brandon Pennell and get an update from Brandon. Brandon, give me an update on your wind. And I think you're headed off to the east. Go ahead, give us an update.
Yeah, David, we're on 152 eastbound. We're coming into Binger right now. This line, I mean, it's just kind of holding its own right now. I wouldn't say it's intensified from the last time that we've talked to you, but it kind of really pulses up for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then it kind of flatlines and it comes back down, and then it pulses back up. But I would say overall the intensity has remained about the same over the last 30 minutes. We're still in pretty strong southeast winds flowing back into the main line. So we're just kind of staying right in front of the edge of it, kind of watching it evolve. And I think as of right now, it's trying to slow down its southern build, so to speak. So we're staying on the southern tip of this line as it continues to track to the east towards the metro. So we're literally mile by mile with it. We go 3 miles, turn around, look at it, get an idea what it looks like. Go 3 miles, turn around and look at it. So we're right here with it. If it gets crazy, does anything wild, but like I said, we're still in the warm side of the inflow. So everything is still flowing warm, moist air back into this line. Back to you.
Okay, well, there we go, at least on the southern part of the line. Okay, back to Lynx 1. Nice job, Brandon. And again, he's right here. He's coming in 152. And this whole line, once again, is severe. Here's Oklahoma City. Here's Canadian County. Here's El Reno. This is the West Metro. It's almost here. We'll say Hinton at about 11:04. How about El Reno, 11:35. Crescent, 11:39. Piedmont, 11:49. Yukon, 11:50. Mustang, 11:52. You've already had one hailstorm in Mustang. Right now, this will not be as big and bad as the last one. You're not going to get tennis balls or nearly baseballs out of this, but you're going to have some nickels and dimes and quarters, and winds maybe 50 to 60. And we'll say Mustang, again, 11:52. Newcastle, 12:01. Guthrie, 12:06. And how about downtown Edmond, again, with the next storm at 12:09. And more at about 12:10 in the morning. So no tornado warnings in effect. And we have hail in these lines. We have two lines really now. One off to our east from Shawnee back down to west of Sulphur. These are producing some wind, nickel, dime, quarter. Going to have golf ball, nearly tennis ball size hail now east and northeast of Pauls Valley, and then the second line coming in behind that. So this line is going to move off in eastern Oklahoma. Seminole, Holdenville, you're next. And then this next line will scoot across the city with a shot of some wind and rain. It's a fast mover, moving east at nearly 40 to 50 miles per hour. Folks, we're going to take a 2-minute break. We're going to be back. As always, 7 News 9. We'll keep you advised.
News 9 Sports is driven by your Oklahoma Ford dealers.
In a 4x4 by you.
It's the final days of Ford Truck Month. Get a stampede of savings on Ford F-Series. America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. F-150 and Super Duty. Come join the stampede during the final days of Ford Truck Month. Now get $3,000 cash back on Ford Super Duty plus up to 90 days deferred first month's payment. Only at your best in Oklahoma Ford dealer.